How do? Time for another beer review. For this one, we're going to Tesco for one of the new beers, and it is Vault City's Blueberry Maple, a sour beer coming in at 6.6% in a 440ml can. So this is one of the two new sours that have gone into Tesco. The other is a triple mango. I've got both. I'll get them both up on the channel. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to them because the other two beers that were in from Vault City in Tesco, they were fantastic. The raspberry and the tropical are two of probably the best sour beers that you can buy in a supermarket. Raspberry one being my personal favourite. So these have replaced those. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're like. I think this is a brave, bold beer for the supermarket. Getting blueberry and maple. The first beer that comes to mind is the Evil Twin Wake Up and Smell Lagosa, which was blueberry maple syrup gosa, which one of the very first beers that I reviewed on the channel. I thought it was quite experimental then. I thought it was probably a little bit too adventurous for the supermarket, even though I thought it was pretty decent. So hopefully this one holds up. You know my thoughts on Vault City. I think they're a fantastic brewery, one of the best sour producers in the UK. So paid £3.50, and it's one of the first ones that they've gone into the canning. So there was the Iron Brew Sour 2022 version, which they canned, and I think it was a Session Lemonade Sour, and then there's these two. So I think they've canned them for the supermarket, but yeah, I just find the bottles really, really striking. So hopefully the canning doesn't affect it. Anyhow, very, very hazy. It's pouring like a baby pink. It's got a slightly off-white head to it, so we'll get the nose. Lots of blueberry, tart blueberry. The maple syrup is subtle, and it's kind of behind it. The blueberry really dominates on the nose, so I'm hoping it's just going to be a hint of it, but I don't mind the flavour of maple syrup. But we'll dive in anyhow. Cheers, everybody. That works. That works, an absolute treat for me. Some people will be really put off with it, but for me, it works. It's got that blueberry maple syrup pancake kind of thing going. It's got a fairly thick body on it. The tartness from the blueberry is there, and it lingers and it hangs around. The maple syrup kind of comes in on the finish, and it is not overpowering. The blueberry flavour really dominates on the drink, and it just kind of comes in just delicately in the background. Enough for it to know it's there, not enough for it to take over the drink. So calling it blueberry maple, I think is right. So well done, Vault City. One big thing that I always say about sour beers going into the supermarket is I like them to be tart, I like them to be sour, but I don't want them to be like absolutely completely turning your face inside out. I think the raspberry one was literally about as far as you can push it. This is not as tart as that drink. Because I just think when when you're in the supermarket and people are taking like baby steps into craft beer, and for some people it's an introductory beer. If this is I think this is sour enough for people who are just going into sour beers. So well done, Vault City. I think it's exciting and adventurous enough to keep people who've been drinking craft beer for a while infused, but I also don't think it's too tart for people who are, like I say, just taking their baby steps into craft beers. It's got a lovely body on it. Yeah, and like I say, the blueberry and maple works. Probably, I'm going to score it on a par with the tropical. The raspberry is still my favourite one that's been in so far, but it's still a pretty decent beer. So if you see it in Tesco, get it. So that is blueberry maple, 6.6%. You wouldn't know. Decent beer. So I'll add that to my Vault City playlist, and I'll add that to my Tesco playlist. Thank you for watching, and on to the next one. Cheers.